To start with posture, we're all different shapes and sizes, and our posture is also all very different. There is no best posture. Research has shown that there is no one particular type of posture that's more likely to cause back pain. Being in one position for a long period of time is what can sometimes contribute to back pain, whether that's sitting for a long period, standing for a long period, or slouching on the sofa. So rather than thinking about a good posture or a bad posture, more think about your next posture is going to be your best posture. So ideally, you shouldn't be in one position for more than sort of 20 minutes at a time. And I appreciate that can be quite difficult, particularly if you're sitting or have a desk-based job. And it's not that you need to stop your job entirely or go for a complete break, but just movement is key. So some of the things that you could try is just changing your posture slightly in sitting. For example, using a rolled up towel and then just popping it in the small of your back. And that will just change the way that you're sat slightly, taking your back into a little bit more of an arched position, and you could keep it there for a period of time that's comfortable, and then you could remove the towel and again change the position of your spine. Ideally, we'd want you to move a little bit more than that. So again, around every 20 minutes, even if you were to just do a few exercises, give your shoulders a little bit of a roll, or maybe have a little bit of a twist through your spine and sitting, or even just taking a break from the desk where you just stand up, maybe have a little march on the spot or sit back down, and then just carry on. So we're now going to talk a little bit about lifting in regards to back pain. Lifting is very contextual. So it will be different for everybody and at different stages of time. So lifting, the things that you've got to take into consideration is what you're lifting, how far have you got to lift it, how heavy it is, and also then you and your back pain at that period of time. So is it in an acute flare-up where things are quite sore, or are you further down your rehab journey and you're feeling a bit stronger and more physically able to do it? So for example, it would be different how you would pick up a piece of paper or a pen off the floor versus a heavy box. So again, if you were in an acute period of pain and bending was something you found difficult at this point, you might want to bend with your knees to get down to reach the pen, because bending is aggravating it at that time. That doesn't mean that it's a bad movement and that you shouldn't bend your back, but it just means at that period of time that's an irritable thing for your back to do, so you might want to adjust the way that you do it and move through your knees and your hips. However, if your back pain is quite manageable, when you're picking something light up, like a piece of paper or a pen, you don't need to necessarily use your big muscles to bend down. Your spine is made to move. We're made to move in different directions, and it's perfectly fine to be picking up through bending your back for something light, and if you feel confident doing it. Equally, then at the other end of the spectrum, if we are picking up something heavy, you need to think about what the weight is, and if you're feeling strong enough at that period of time and physically capable to pick it up, you will want to use your bigger muscles and keep the weight quite close towards the centre of your body. But we're all going to be different with the weight that we can carry, and that's very contextual. So you just need to think about where you are in your rehab journey and how strong you are and what is the context of what you're lifting and where do you need to get it to.